Unbelievable! Incredible! Unbelievable!
Save! And Spark are champions!
Good on Pepe! Goal! It doesn't get any better than that!
Hello everyone, welcome to the Game in Frame live stream. I'm Josh Pratt and we're at Met Oval tonight for the grand finale of the inaugural League for Clubs North East season. It's the championship game. It's the top seed from the North and South Division. It's Met Oval under 23 versus Atlantic City FC. We should be for an absolute treat for tonight. And if we just talk a little bit about both teams, Met Oval, of course, one of the most famous names in US soccer history. The club turned 100 years old this year. Met Oval's fame more recently has rested on its prestigious youth academy, which regularly produces college and professional players. This season has been the first time in 12 years Met Oval has fielded a men's team, but they have truly hit the ground running. A mix of current and former academy players have thrilled us with an attacking, possession-based style, 3-4-3, alive and well. They played a way that any soccer fan would applaud, and they've won 9 out of 11 games this season playing in that style, scoring 36 goals in the process. Coach John Burklow said the return to men's soccer for Met Oval has surpassed his expectations for a first season. And now that return could be crowned with a conference championship tonight. But standing in their way are Atlantic City, who by contrast are a recent addition to the soccer scene. They were founded 8 years ago, and have enjoyed a swift rise in the Northeast soccer scene. They beat Monmouth on Wednesday night in a very impressive display. They were 3-0 up after 75 minutes before Monmouth pulled one back in stoppage time. But Atlantic was certainly hands down the strongest team in the South Division this season. They scored 33 in 11 Northeast games, have the best defence in the conference, conceding 10 in 11. And in the short history of this club, this is by no doubt about it, their biggest night. The first time that Atlantic City could engrave their name on a conference title. We've got the teams already lining up, or at least Met Oval. I think Atlantic City are just making their way out of the dressing room. Whilst we have this pause, let me remind you guys, today's broadcast is sponsored by Salt Athletic, who have made the world's freshest, most advanced cleat bag. The air case uses advanced technology to block odour, and it magnetically seals. If you scan the QR code, you can get 10% off the air case. Great boot bag. And also they've recently released a glove bag as well. And also Met Oval would like to thank their sponsors, La Casita Mexicana, who are the best Mexican restaurant north of the border. Mention Met Oval for 5% off your next visit. And also Positive Sports Therapy, where champions end pain and get their life back. Mention Met Oval for 5% off your next visit. Atlantic City emerging from the dressing room. They're going to be in purple. It's quite a cool night for July. Probably sitting about 75 degrees. There is a chance of rain. Looks at the moment as if we're going to be okay, but some slightly overcast clouds. But I don't imagine that's going to dampen the heat of tonight's final. These two met once earlier this season. It was a heated affair to say the least. So we're going to get some good emotions beyond just the fact it's the final, and of course two very high quality football teams. For Met Oval, we're expecting our starting 11 will be unchanged from the one that took on Kensington on Wednesday night. Cristo Dolau in goal, Bagnato, Bernard and Gonzalez once again in the back three, Matthew Iriarte and Andy Casher pulling the strings in midfield. The dependable Carlos Villa, who gives so much down that left flank, will be wearing the skipper's armband. And Nelson Reynoso, who scored his 5th goal of the season on Wednesday, will be on the right side. And then the front three, Balti Saunders, the extra time match winner. The left side, Chris Sullivan, and leading the line, the Ukrainian, Sasha Oleshko, who's been a big boost to Met Oval since joining the team in the second half of this season. For Atlantic City, we're expecting Maroney in goal, Forsyth clearly, and Perlaza, the centre-backs, Keogh at right-back, McGuigan at left-back. So it's a back five. Wakacha sitting in front of them, McNamee and Barragan, the centre midfielders, and then a front two of Alex Lawrence and Fisher Hudak. A notable miss this evening for Atlantic City is Daniel Gonzalez, who scored 5 goals this season, as well as Drew Hale, who scored 3 in the last 2 matches. But still plenty of artillery to work with. And we're approaching kick-off time here. Carsvilla wearing their armband for Met Oval. Cleary wearing it for Atlantic City. This League for Club season has been a joy to watch at the Oval. Started with a bang with Met Oval's fantastic 4-2 comeback win against Braveheart, and we've been treated to a pretty consistent high level of entertainment throughout the season. Met Oval have not failed to score at home, 24 goals in 6 home games, but also a lot of these games they have been pushed hard and they've conceded a fair number too, which has certainly made it enjoyable for us as a spectator. What a moment for Met Oval, returning from an absence of 12 years from men's football, and they find themselves in a conference final in their first season back. And that 3-4-3 formation that Coach Burklow has played with so consistently this season has been audacious for almost any team, you would think. They often find themselves in 3v3, 4v4 situations when they're playing out from the back, which they insist upon doing, but they have such quality, they've been able to do it, Met Oval, with really high percentages of success. And when they do break out, I say it every game, when they break out of that press on their back line, they end up overloading in the opposition's final third. Kensington did have some joy against Met Oval, breaking up in the first half at least. They're playing out the back. They had a very disciplined press. They did fall back into a low block, and the game was at 2-2, Kensington, and then kept Met Oval out for 80 game minutes. It took a 112th minute goal from Balti Saunders in extra time to send Met Oval to this game. And that will also potentially play into tonight, the fact that Met Oval had to go through that attritional extra time, whereas Atlantic City were able to wrap things up after 90 minutes. Both games kicked off at the same time on Wednesday evening. It's not a hugely long turnaround time. These are very fit 19, 18, 20, 21-year-olds. So their bodies do have a habit of springing back, but still, they had to work hard, Met Oval, really hard in that heat for 120 minutes. What toll would that have taken, you wonder? And for Atlantic City, as I mentioned a few minutes ago, this is the biggest game in their club's history. The first time they made a conference final, founded 8 years ago. The New Jersey side could have a new breakthrough moment. And the winner of tonight will go to the League for Clubs Nationals in Dallas, the Final Four next weekend. Alex Lawrence will kick us off here. And we're off. The first ever League for Clubs Northeast final underway. It's Met Oval against Atlantic City. There's no love lost between these two sides from the earlier encounter. Strap yourselves in, folks. We could be in for a very exciting night. These two teams, the highest scorers in the Northeast Conference. 69 goals between them. Although I haven't seen Atlantic City in person, I've heard a lot about their attacking style of play, and of course Met Oval always like to take the game to their opposition, particularly when they're at home. It's a tight field at the Oval. There's a little wide there from Carlos Villa. The referee blowing the whistle. We'll catch you. That's clipped.
You're going to bring that back close to the chair, a couple yards in front of me.
Palaza gives it back to Maroney, who will be in between the sticks. Lofts it up. Bernard, who's been a steadfast part of Met Oval's back line with the header. And he's got excellent vision as distribution from the back, Bernard. A super pass from him. Was a big part of the attack that led to Met Oval's penalty in the first 10 minutes on Wednesday night. Gonzalez up towards the Ukrainian Oleshko. Here's Chris Sullivan. Eyes in the back of his head. Carlos Villa racing forwards. Villa towards that far post. Looping cross. Oleshko is a lofty presence. But Maroney watched it well and gathered. So it looks like we do have a slight change with the sides that we're expecting the Atlantic City fullbacks. We're going to have actually Cahill is going to be on that left side, and McGuigan is the right back. One back by Met Oval. Saunders, Sullivan. Again, there's some space on this left side. Here's Kasha, the technician in the middle for Met Oval, just 19 years old. A wonderful player with a wonderful footballing brain. Villa down the channel, Sullivan. He hadn't anticipated the pass right. Villa, I think he thought he was going inside, so down the line.
That's a great look to have you here. I said that's a great look to you. You're on. You're on.
Both forwards, big head out by Forsyth. He's got the protector face mask on. Reynoso coming into tonight in excellent form. He scored in the last 3 Met Oval games, and they've all been really well taken finishes as well, I have to note. Wakacha searching up for Hudak. Kasha. Iriarte. Once again, really well played out by Met Oval. Leshko, Sullivan. Combination play flowing. And still, Sullivan. It's a good start by Met Oval here. Iriarte. Gonzalez. Reynoso is going to have to work to keep this in. Wasn't able to succeed. Both teams coming into this evening in good form. Met Oval have won their last 5 games. 4 of those have been at home. In fact, Met Oval still with a 100% record at home in the League for Clubs. Atlantic City bounced back from a slightly difficult patch in the latter half of the regular season. They've won their last 3 games, including the semi-final, scoring 3 in each. Cleary did well to knock that back under the attention of Oleshko, who is such a menace playing off the last man. He's got searing pace, glides across the turf and has a knack for springing the offside trap. Bagnato. Cahill. Kasha. Oleshko. A little too high, that ball back to Iriarte. Here's Lawrence. McNamee. Referee tried to play the advantage. It wasn't on.
Hey, 2 transitions, 2 fouls. 2 for 2. We have 1 here there. I know, full on. It's like.
This is first set piece of note of the evening, and Melville have struggled defensively against set pieces. Large proportion of the goals they've conceded have come from them. Swept in by Forsyth. That's a decent ball. Cleary couldn't quite connect with it. Clean leap. Enough done by his marker to put him off. Good ball in by Forsyth. Iriarte. TJ Bernard. Good ball into Saunders, who is the match winner on Wednesday for Met Oval. Got a brace, in fact, scored the first goal of the game and the last decisive one. Reynoso pops it up. Forsyth with the header. Helped on by McNamee. And then by Hudak. And Alex Lawrence. He's escaped the attention of Javi Gonzalez, the referee judging unfairly. And Forsyth is going to be called in for a talking to. Iriarte. Kasha helps around the corner to Bernard. Gonzalez. Saunders, who does drift deep quite frequently from that right wing position, given a bit of a free roll. Sullivan. And then Carlos Villa, again not on the same wavelength, and they did have moments where they weren't quite in sync on Wednesday too, although they did combine well for Mount Oval's second goal down the left side.
Men coming now, men coming!
Bernard will give it all the way back to Christo Dolau. Iriarte. Bagnato. Gonzalez. Saunders. Switches out to Sullivan. Iriarte. Bernard up towards Villa, who gets the flick on. Sullivan will chase after it. Maroney prowling well off his line, and it's a good decision by the keeper. Shafted back by Palazza to him. Can hear Coach Bucklow commanding his players to play that high press, and immediately they win it back. Carlos Villa. Throw Met Oval. Bernard. Gonzalez, these first 10 minutes, already in quite a familiar pattern here at the Oval. Met Oval controlling possession, but facing quite a low block. Bernard. Saunders. Drills it in towards Villa, and Perlaza lost his footing. He just got a touch on it that took out the path of Villa. Villa's going to take the corner kick short. Iriarte. Far too much on that ball. Bernard will keep it in though. Bernard back to where it came from. Bagnato was rising for it. Perlaza met it first. Partially cleared. That looks like it should be a free kick, and it is given to Atlantic City, and they can get some relief. Cleary. Hudak looking for the ball around the corner. Good tracking back by Colosfia. Him and Reynoso cover so much ground in a game. As here comes Saunders down the other end. Oleshko sniffing after it. Good reading by Perlaza, who's already made a couple of important interventions here. Xavi Gonzalez losing it. And then he had the clip on the heel. Forsyth, not the best of free kicks. Oleshko does well to hold it up. Saunders, one back by Hudak. Aragon. Wakocha. Forsyth. And Moroni clears it. You can see Matt Oval determined not to give their visitors a moment on the ball. Iriarte. Saunders. Another wayward pass by the skipper. Or I should say the vice-captain. Lawrence, he does well. Here's Hudak. Bagnato putting a stop to that. Bagnato, a pillar of this Met Oval defence. Both sides have kept 4 clean sheets this season. Saunders, just one kept at home though by Met Oval. That was against Monmouth in the final regular season game. Bagnato all the way back to Christodoulou. Kasha again, Met Oval unpanicked in the high pressure situation, even in their own 6-yard box. Every now and again they get it wrong, but it's not often, and the percentages I think certainly justify their approach of just this suffocating possession they have. Here's Sullivan, still with it, Chris Sullivan. Bernard. Across the face of goal. Not quite the right shape on the cross. It goes out harmlessly for a goal kick. Hoofed up by Cleary. McGuigan got the flick on. You can see we've got a decent attendance here tonight at the Oval. Great scenes here on Wednesday night when Saunders scored that late winner. An explosion of delight and also relief. The crowd was getting ready for a nail-biting penalty shootout. Sullivan. Headed back by Forsyth. Cahill, loose ball. Saunders, Iriarte. Good recovery by Cahill. And keeps it from going out from for a corner kick. It'll be a throw-in from Metoval. No chance to speak of so far. Closest we've had is Cahill off that set piece, meeting the header with a miss hit. So half chance. Here's Bernard. Sullivan. A poke touch there by Cleary, and the offside flag up against Sullivan in any case. Hudak heading it on, but no one there to connect on it. He chooses to keep it in. A bit of pressure on Christodoulou, who dependably gets his footwork right. Iriarte. Bernard. Sullivan, look at that. Once again, Metoval playing out from the tightest of corners. Set for Kasha, who got a rare mistake with his decision-making. German forwards. Lazarev, excuse me. Put that out to Rose if we had one.
Right here, that's why I'm pointing here. I got you. You're all the way here, all right? Someone. In between. 5 yards in front of the sandbag. You drop one fish. You drop one fish. Luke.
Iriarte. Bagnato. Gonzalez into Kasha, excuse me. Iriarte. Bernard. Pass back to Christodoulou. Gonzalez. Saunders. He's back to Gonzalez. Kasha. Reynoso. But evade Cahill with that first touch. Got the angle wrong on it. Reynoso somehow coming away with that. Kasha. Reynoso, incoming freshman at St. John's. Imagine he's going to make quite a splash there if the summer's been anything to go off of. Gonzalez. Not sure who is searching for there, perhaps Iriarte. It's been quite a sleepy start, truth be told, to this final, particularly by the high standards that have usually been set at this field for early entertainment. After 30 minutes here on Wednesday night, we already had 4 goals. Gonzalez. Lawrence. McNamee trying to put something in, but well off target. TJ Bernard. Christodola. Atlantic City quite disciplined defensively at the moment. You can see very methodical when they're choosing to press, when they're choosing not to. Kasha goes long over the top. Watched by Cleary. Saunders pops it up. McNamee. And that's going to be a free kick. Saunders coming in from behind. Forsyth takes it quickly. Good distribution there. McGuigan. For Lazar. Forsyth. Cahill. Sullivan got a touch on it. Still makes his way through to McGuigan. Lawrence towards the far post. Not too far above there to McNamee. Kept in by Cahill, but only to Saunders. Magnato dealing with that pass decently well under high pressure. It's turned over by Reynoso. Here's Sullivan. Bernard. Iriarte and Atlantic City pushed forward a couple of numbers there. Matt Oval happy just to slow down the possession a little bit. Here's Reynoso with a bit of space. Saunders. Reynoso. Forsyth sticking closely to him. Driven forward, Hudak will give this chase alongside Bagnato. Bagnato winning the duel. Good first touch by Iriarte. Saunders. Kasha. Bernard. Hopeful switch, telegraphed it. And not a particularly good pass. Iriarte. Olesko's going to drift out to the right flank. He's able to hit that off the corner flag. It's kept in. Cleary coming away with it. And Forsyth will clear the lines. Iriarte. Reynoso, good tackle by Cahill. Bernard. Kasha. Good step by Cleary. Paragon. Okocha. Hulak. Palaza drilling it cross field. Cahill. McNamee. And Lawrence will win the throw-in for Atlantic City. Tossed into Barragan. Barragan gets it back again. His touch a little heavy. And Villa with a deft interception. The skipper will bring it forwards. And a really wayward pass to Iriarte. Crunching tackle between him and McNamee. McNamee comes away with it. Gonzalez reading the danger well. We're going to find McNamee. Good step by Javi Gonzalez. He spins well, and the referee should have played advantage there. But actually, you know what? I think he saw that McNamee got a little knocked head, so right decision actually there to just check in on him. There will be a free kick to Met Oval. Well, guys, stay tuned at half-time. McNamee trying to pull a fast one there. I think he knew that wasn't his free kick. But stay tuned, guys. At half-time, we're going to have our Save of the Month nominees for June. Great batch of stops. Bernard.
Luke, scan 7.
Bagnato. Volty Saunders allowed to spin. Olesko returns it to Saunders. Kasha. Villa. Bernard into Iriarte. Gonzalez. Too much on it. Again, Metovo having plenty of the ball, but lacking the required quality in the final third at the moment. Over 25 minutes gone this first half, and I don't think Metovo have registered a shot yet, and I don't think Atlantic City have either. Forsyth. Good rise by Bagnato. Nelson plucks it out the sky. Sullivan is off his balance. Kasha. Bernard. Iriarte. Gonzalez. Iriarte again. Kasha. Sullivan. There's looking inside for Carlos Villa, but too much on the pass to him. Bernard, good header by him. Iriarte couldn't keep him. Going back to Maroney, who will clear the lines adequately. Bit of a mismatch in terms of height between Lawrence and Bernard. It's turned over by Atlantic City. Here's Cahill. Okocha. Stopped by Gonzalez. Forsyth. Cleary. Palaza. Good step by Villa. Sullivan. Gives it back to Bernard. Kasha. Try to fire into the feet of Saunders. Reynoso. Iriarte. Bernard. Iriarte. Looking for an intricate flick to Kasha. Hudet can bring this out here for Atlantic City. Not a terrible ball by him in behind for Lawrence, but the number 20 wasn't really charging into the space. Iriarte. Gonzalez. Bagnato. Drills it crossfield to Villa. Is able to keep it in. Header back to Maroney. Iriarte. Bernard looking towards Olesko in behind. Good block by Palaza, who's been Very sharp so far, the right centre-back. A couple of important interventions. Here's Leshko. Sullivan. Some of the ball was taken by Polaza, but the referee judging, he came through the back of Sullivan, and it's going to be a free kick in a dangerous position here for Met Oval. Dusk just starting to settle here in Queens on this very cool night. Thankfully cool. It was a hot one on Wednesday. Even as the sun went down, we're probably still at 83, 84 with the humidity. Iriarte and Saunders plotting over this free kick. Iriarte whips it towards the far post. Good ball. And it was just begging for a touch there. But not forthcoming. Leshko maybe half a foot behind it at that back post. Beautiful delivery in from Iriarte. Very nice, so what a leap that was, but it's going to fall here in the middle to McNamee. Good recovery by Kasha. Back to Christodoulou. Kasha. Villa. Sullivan. Lost his footing, it comes back to Kasha. Iriarte. And he's able to buy himself a free kick. Xavi Gonzalez. Reynoso. TJ Bernard. Raking ball across field, it's a good one. Here's Carlos Villa. Totally missed it at the cross. Sullivan asking for it deep. Villa was looking for a Leshko in the middle. What a ball cross field to Villa though. Iriarte. Gonzalez. Bernard, again following the same pattern. Met Oval dominating possession, but they have really struggled to find any cutting edge so far against this disciplined Atlantic City back line. Reynoso was able to ride one tackle, not the second. Wins it back though. And then he got clipped, and that's a cheap free kick for Forsyth to concede. Again, it's a good crossing position for Met Oval. Everyone back for Atlantic City. Saunders will take this. Floated in. Headed out by Cleary. Sullivan did well to prevent the counter-attack. Nami. Aragon. Palaza. It's a good switch. Forsyth. The ball cannoned off of Reynoso. touching it around the corner. There'll be a throw-in for Atlantic City. We're inside the final 10 minutes of this first half. Truthfully, been a dud of a first half in terms of excitement. Had some half chances from set pieces, but really nothing more than that. I still think officially we haven't had a shot from either team. It may change now. The Atlantic City through. The whistle was blown, and the referee saying that was controlled by McNamee's hand. And Atlantic City denied no, but that's one we'd want to watch back again. Couldn't really see it in real time, but the referee was well positioned. Not too much complaint from Atlantic City about that one. Bagnato drives it up. Forsyth into Barragan. Holds off the attentions of Reynoso. McGuigan. Palaza. I don't think Forsyth will thank him for that pass. Now Lesko gets it, and Forsyth with a very clumsy late tackle, and he's going to be the first name in the referee's notebook. And I don't think you can have too many complaints about that.
If we're talking about dangerous fouls, the ball's going out of bounds and he slips. The ball's going out of bounds and he slips.
And guys, whilst we have this pause, I remind you tonight's broadcast is sponsored by Salt Athletic, who made the world's freshest, most advanced clip bag. Scan the QR code for 10% off. And also Met Over would like to thank their sponsors, La Casita Mexicana, who are the best Mexican restaurant north of the border. Mention Met Over for 5% off your next visit. And Positive Sports Therapy also support Met Over, and it's where champions end pain and get their life back. Mention Met Over for 15% off. TJ Bernard squeezes it through to Sullivan. And Sullivan trying to force the pass. Getting a bit of a mouthful for his wastefulness in possession from his teammates. Iriarte. Paragon will get that loose ball. McGuigan. Villa well positioned. Iriarte. Miss hit the pass. It's going to come to Alesko fortuitously. Cleary recovering well. Bagnato. Between his two centre midfielders, that pass. Forsyth. Forsyth again. One back by Reynoso. Reynoso, or Gonzalez even, excuse me, here is Nelson Reynoso. Saunders, still with it, back to Alesko, takes a deflection, and it goes in! Met Oval strike first in the League for Clubs North East final. It's the Ukrainian Sasha Alesko with his 4th goal of the season. The first time Met Oval managed to break in behind Atlantic City's backline. Saunders cut it back. Alesko got something on it, took a huge deflection, which totally misfooted Maroney. No chance for the keeper. Element of the fortune in the goal. Met Oval won't mind. They lead here in Queens, New York. Alesko, who's been quiet in this first half thus far, immediately striking into action, showing why he's that sort of quality. Chris Sullivan is going to go straight into the book, I think. Chris Sullivan will be the second player in the book. No complaints for him. It's a late tackle.
Sorry, number again?
Good work there by Lawrence to work in his side, and the game plan perhaps changes now for Atlantic City, who have been happy to sit back most of this first half and let Metovo come at them and then hit them on the break. Obviously still all the time in the world for them to come back in this final. Saunders. Uriarte heavy with his first touch, but it comes to Oleshko, the goal scorer. Balti Saunders back towards Oleshko. A really good tackle by Cleary. The skipper again, that inch perfect, and then look at that for a turn by Hudak. Steaming forwards the number 7. McNamee, he switches it. It's a good ball, Alex Lawrence. Bagnato with him. Lots of white shirts back, and Lawrence had too many to take on. Uriarte. Sullivan is able to turn Perlaza the race on with Cleary. Cleary partially clears it. Villa back in towards Chris Sullivan. Sullivan into Oleshko. Sasha Oleshko's touch took him too wide. Forced back. Nelson Reynoso. Reynoso still. He got caught late there. And I can't believe the referee hasn't given that as a free kick. And it was Forsyth, who's already in a yellow, who dove in there. Reynoso still down a heap. And here comes Atlantic City down the other end, struck early by Hudak. Christodolo spilling it. Well, I tell you what, I don't think I've seen a more stonewall free kick. There was definite contact. It was a late tackle by Forsyth, and the ball had gone. I think probably just on the edge of the penalty area, but I think Nelson Reynoso a little hard done by that. He's going to try and walk it off as we move into the final minutes of the first half. Oleshko with the breakthrough for Met Oval. Don't imagine we're going to get a huge amount of stoppage time. Kasha, Sullivan. Poor pass by him. Wakocha comes off half a yard and just past the post. Wakocha with a brilliant surge through the middle. He caught that sweetly. And just for a second you wondered which side of the post it was going. I don't think Christodola was guessing to it. It was 6 inches further to the right. Reynoso. Good Jimmy King hips by the number 9, Uriarte. Reynoso. Saunders. Bagnato. Uriarte. Saunders again. He still maintains himself as the top scorer for Met over this season with 6 goals. Sullivan inside. That's a really late tackle. Referee's going to allow advantage to go on. There's a good decision by the ref to try and let the play continue. But there was an advantage, and certainly no complaints, I think, either can be had by Perlaza on that tackle. Well away from the ball. Took out the heels from Sullivan. Now over, we'll take this one short. Via. Kasha. Gonzalez. Saunders, just a minute of stoppage time in this first half. Iriarte. Bernard. Iriarte again. Weaving between the purple shirts, Matthew Iriarte still with it. Comes out to Nelson Reynoso. Reynoso. Cash shirt, dinks it towards the far post. Maroney coming out, and good gather by the keeper. And he's going to hoof this forward. Seconds remaining in this first half. Lawrence chasing on the back of Bernard. He's got to watch it carefully. Lawrence is going to take it off of him. McGuigan. Barragan, good win back by Iriarte. And that's the final action of the first half. Oleshko separates the sides. His goal right before the half-time whistle. Otherwise, a very cagey half. Not many chances at either end. Matt Oval controlling possession, but other than the goal, I'm not sure they registered a shot. They lead in the inaugural League for Clubs Northeast Conference Final. Don't go anywhere, guys. We'll be back shortly, but for now, I'll leave you with our June Save the Month competition. Gomez. Crossfield ball, Saramago! Tipped over the crossbar. What a goal that would have been. Drew a very smart save by Di Loretto.
Let's see if he can do something with the ball now. He looks forward. Kurik wins the ball. Schaefer comes out. A block from the shot. Schaefer punches it over the bar. Excellent goalkeeping from Schaefer there.
Brooklyn City FC now defending its own penalty area. Cross toward that near post. Not too far away as Lena Perry with a two-hand parry.
They see, floats it in as a free man. What a save by Hartman, that's spectacular.
What a stop that was, and from point blank range as well. There was no time for the goalkeeper to get that hand up, and somehow kept that from going over the line. What a stop.
Was off the bench today. Here's Holland. Stutters. Great save from Cisse. Absolutely deserved from a spectacular performance for the Manhattan Celtic goalkeeper Mohamed Cisse.
Reynoso with another free kick into the box it goes. There's a header and there's a shot by DeMay and a lovely save there by Edwards. Makes a long dive and contains the clean sheet.
My name is Austin Brummett. I'm a men's soccer player at San Diego State University and I play forward. The Salt Air Case helps block odor from my cleats when I'm driving in my car or when I'm keeping my cleats inside my house so I don't have to worry about it stinking up my room. It helps me keep track of my cleats and my shin guards so I know that they're together and I don't have to worry about tracking them down or losing them or stressing out about where they are. I would definitely rock this, walking to the games, walking around to my trainings. And it's super helpful for travel. When I travel in the airport to go to away games, it's not going to stink up my backpack or stink up the plane where I'm sitting. Magnetic strip on the top is super easy to open to take my cleats out and to put my cleats back in. I think it's an essential part of my outfit for soccer and helps keep all my stuff organized and stink-free.
A quality highlight reel is crucial for college and pro recruitment. A lot of services offer generic solutions, but at Game & Frame we know every player is unique and needs a personalised approach to win over coaches. Our process is simple. We work with any footage, and if you need help finding your best plays, we'll review games for you. Once we've finished, you'll have a reel you can upload to any recruitment platform. We've helped hundreds of players get the attention they deserve, including placements in Division 1 programs. Scan the QR code or email us for a free consultation and start the journey to maximize your recruitment potential. Hello everyone, welcome back to the Oval in Queens. Sasha Oleshko's goal gives Met Oval the slender lead in the League for Clubs North East final. Scored just a few minutes before the half-time whistle in what was otherwise a pretty uneventful first half. Met Oval dominating possession but not able to create many chances. Atlantic City were mostly restricted to counter-attacks. Didn't see too much of the ball. They are going to be forced now to take this game more aggressively to Met Oval. Be interesting to see if there's any changes to the shape. It looks to me as if there hasn't been any subs from either side, certainly not from Met Oval. Just getting a final look here at Atlantic City, but don't believe we've had a substitution. Atlantic City's first conference final. Can they turn it around in this second half? They're going to have to take more agency in the game at some point, or see if they play patient. It is a hazardous business to start attacking this Met Oval side with the speed at which they can transition. Let's see how they line up. It looks as if it's still going to be the 5-3-2 for Atlantic City, at least the start of this half. The same 11. Sasha Oleshko, the goal scorer, will kick us off. And we're off for the second half. Met Oval 45 minutes away from crowning a triumphant return to men's football with silverware. But a lot can change in a half of football, and it's a very slender league they do hold. We've seen so many games go to and fro here at the Oval. Bagnato is going to strike it across field. Perfect ball to Villa, who brings it down perfectly and follows up with a back heel. Sullivan, referee's going to play the advantage here. Comes off of the chest of Kasia. Now not able to take advantage fully of that advantage, more of their own accord than anything else. And we're going to get our first yellow on the bench. So the assistant referee getting a booking. Forsyth will hurl it down the line. Bagnato back to Christodoulou. Wasn't able to keep that ball in. Sent inside to McNamee, who comes into the area. McNamee, good tackle by Bagnato. And even better for Met Oval. The last touch came off of McNamee. Good tackle by Met Oval's centre back, the pillar of their defence. Giuseppe Bagnato. Bagnato driving it forward. Sullivan with a flick on, he does well. Carlos Villa flicks it towards Oleshko. And Cleary selling that for every penny's worth and getting the free kick. Perhaps he did get caught there initially. My first sight, I thought I wasn't much in it, but holding his behind, maybe got a knee in there.
If they're just fouls, they just keep doing it. Right? Has it stopped yet?
Cleary up gingerly to his feet. pumps it towards the penalty area. Lawrence, McNamee, Kasha got something on it. Wakotcho, who hit a good one in the first half, which was only fractionally wide, went to recreate it. Well over the crossbar that time. Is just going to hoof this one up. Very nice, so couldn't keep it in. Wakotcha. Good chest back, but then Reynoso with the first tackle is touched, then let him down. Cahill. Reynoso got a toe on it. It's Alex Lawrence. Drives it cross-field. Villa with the interception. Saunders, heavy with his first touch. Wakotcha wins it back. And he gives it back to Cleary. Good job by the number 10. Offside flag going up, and then there's a little bit of afters there between McGuigan and Villa. I'm not sure anything deliberate from McGuigan. The referee just going to give him a little talking to. I have Alex Lawrence down as well on their near side. Concerning for Atlantic City, who looks to be in some trouble. Referee spotting Alex Lawrence now, also down. And I'm just wondering if that was when Alex Lawrence hit that crossfield ball. Maybe he's tweaked something. Atlantic City have their subs actively warming up on the bench. Whilst we have this delay, let me remind you guys, today's broadcast is sponsored by Salt Athletic, amid the world's freshest, most advanced cleat bag. If you scan the QR code, you can get 10% off with their special game and frame discount. And also, Met Oval would like to thank their sponsors, La Casita Mexicana, who are the best Mexican restaurant north of the border. Mention Met Oval for 5% off your next visit. And also Positive Sports Therapy, where champions end pain and get their life back. Mention Met Oval for 15% off your next visit. So Alex Lawrence is going to walk off with the trainer. We'll see if he tries to return.
Just wait for my wave, you'll see me, okay? As long as they don't kick it right here, I can wave you on the kick.
I'll start with a free kick for Met Oval for that offside. And Alex Lawrence is going to come back on it. Kasha. Bagnato. Atlantic City have changed their press a bit and are forcing Met Oval to go direct more often. Also, I think perhaps Met Oval feeling now with the lead, they don't need to take quite so many risks in possession. Wakotcha. Peralazzo couldn't do much more than keep there, nearly paid off for the visitors. Work back to Christo Dolau. Saunders, look at that for a touch. Reynoso. He's looking down that channel for Oleshko, who couldn't quite keep it in. Gonzalez, a little bit of indecision at the back, goes back to Christo Dolau. Big rise by Cleary. Wakotcha. Forsyth. Cahill in a bit of a cul-de-sac. Does really well to play out of it. And Forsyth delayed too long. And then clipped the heels of Reynoso. Saunders. Over the top towards Oleszko. You know, the gap was there. Too much on it from Saunders. That's an awful clearance there by Moroni. And Saunders goes for the lob over the crossbar. What a bizarre way to score a second that would have been for Met Oval. Just a freakishly mishit goal kick by Moroni, and Saunders saw his chance. He was also off balance as he hit it. Couldn't get the dip. Big let off for the keeper there. Wokotcha with the flick on. McNamee going down, the referee not buying that. And Kasha sends it down the line. Wokotcha wins it back. Thrown for Atlantic City, who are having more of the possession in the second half. 10 minutes gone. Wokotcha launches it in, flicked on, comfortably into the hands of Christodoulou. He's looked to hoof it up, and then there's a player down in the 18-yard box, and the referee calling that play so that Bernard could get some attention. He wasn't particularly happy with whatever happened with Cleary. Didn't see myself.
I was just going to use the line as my example.
I'll restart with a drop ball here. Christodoulou going route one again. Forsyth with the header. Cahill. Forsyth, just hopeful up towards Alex Lawrence, who looks recovered. Good touch by him. McNamee helping it on. Hudak is going to give it chase. The race is on with Bernhard. McNamee, or Hudak even, excuse me, went for it at the near post. And that was not a bad effort at all. Caught it well. And very nearly caught Christodoulou off guard. Keeper did well to keep it to himself. It's a decent chance, even with that acute angle. Could have easily squeezed between the legs of Christodoulou. Didn't have much time to react. Villa. Saunders. Ariarte. Matt Oval could just do with a little bit of possession on the ball. Ariarte. Sullivan. Villa. He skipped over the tackle of Palaza, who's got to be a little bit careful, the right centre-back. He's on a yellow. Free kick and a decent crossing position here for Met Oval. Saunders on set-piece duty once again. Everyone back for Atlantic City. This will become a very difficult task indeed for them. They went 2-0 down at the Oval. Saunders towards the near post, flashes across the 6-yard box. Bagnato not far away from connecting. Took a few deflections in there, perilous deflections. The Atlantic City hearts in their mouths. That's an awful bit of distribution from Christodoulou. Wokotcha gives out to Hudak. Hudak still with it. Good recovery by Balti. Saunders, an excellent tackle. Villa. Sullivan, Saunders. Helps it on to Chris Sullivan. Oleszko. Carlos Villa. Partially cleared by Forsyth, comes back to Reynoso. Bagnato. A little early for the Olays from the home fans. Oleshko. And Via a little too heavy on Forsyth. Atlantic City going to make the first change, a double change shortly. Meanwhile, Sullivan hoofs it up, hopefully towards Oleshko. Really well brought down by Cleary. Gonzalez, tenacious with the header. Saunders. He wanted a free kick, referee wasn't giving it. McNamee. Bagnato is going to shepherd that out and does really well, the centre-back. And we're going to get our changes now. Sisan Yetcho, who scored coming off the bench in the semi-final against Monmouth, is going to come on. Mateo Rodriguez also is going to come on. Lawrence is one of the players withdrawn. Not sure who the other man is who withdrawn. We'll try and get a look at that shortly. But Lawrence, one of them off. Rodriguez has gone into that left centre forward position.
We're back here, gentlemen. Just in front of the half. Back here, please. We're okay. We're okay.
There's Nelson Reynoso. Skipping through the purple shots, look for a foul very dramatically. I don't think there's anything in that. You know, I think it was both the centre forwards who went off. I think Hudak has also been taken off and Wakach has gone into centre forwards. There's Sasha Olesko, Ukrainian, just about able to keep it in, but Cleary was waiting for it. He hoofs it forwards. Rodriguez is going to give this chase. It's just Bagnato with him. Bagnato deals with it very competently. Gonzalez, Iriarte. Sullivan. That ball came off the heels of Carlos Villa. One back by Kasia. Here's Sasha Olesko in this area. Sasha Olesko was shaping up for the shot, tried to sell the dummy, and neither Cleary or Perlaza really bought it, and they shepherded it back to Moroni. Kasia and Villa going for it. Bernard on the second. Cesaneccio winning it back. Wakaccia. Iriarte dispossessing. Kasia. Saunders. Well, that's something you won't see too often. A ball to Saunders. Missed first touch. Good touch by Barragan. Saunders. That's not quite the right pass. Wakaccia touches in towards Rodriguez. Bagnato to take evasive manoeuvres. It's been a lot more even this second half in terms of possession. Perhaps even Atlantic City having a little bit more of it after Metovo dominated the first half with possession. Still a game of few chances. Held in by Wakaccia, bouncing around in the area. Olesko partially clearing. Headed back into the danger area. Again, Olesko doing the work, and Iriarte will clear it. Cesaneccio back to Moroni. Put his foot through that one. Rodriguez. Helps it on, McNamee. Howls for a handball from Atlantic City. Referee not interested. Reynoso. Saunders. Helps it on, Reynoso scampering after it. He's got the wrong side of Barragan. No one really in the middle at the moment for Reynoso. Look to Ketbars Cleary. The centre-back's been excellent tonight for Atlantic City. Hasn't let a fly get past him. Sullivan with that header. Palaza. Kocha. So Saniaccio caught that decently, but straight into the hands of Crystal Dolar. Comfortable save for the keeper. Iriarte. Helped around the corner by Sullivan. Carlos Villa. Iriarte. Kirch Boklo. Urging Metovo to keep possession. Reynoso. Gonzalez. Kasha. That's a clever ball in behind. Reynoso's got acres of space. He's got options in the middle. Reynoso. Let's go at that front post. That wasn't really an angle. He tried to squeeze it back inside. McNamee clearing up to Rodriguez. Gonzalez with a really good recovery tackle with Kocha. He does well and wins the free kick. Kocha just struggling a bit. I think he might have got stepped on. Kocha is going to get back to his feet. With our first Metovo players preparing to come on first subs. I think Blanco and Araujo are the pair. Or, actually, I think it's Araujo and also Aka Maladez, who got the assist for the winning goal on Wednesday night. Bernard drives it up. Palaza. Barragan. Forsyth off with his first touch. And he's taken a massive gamble there. Bolty, Saunders could punish him. It's Saunders! Tipped away by Maroney. They might have kept Atlantic City in the final there. Big chance. Forsyth with a howler. Just gifting that to Saunders, and the form he's in, you do not do that. Maroney was scrambling back. Saunders chose to take it early. Didn't quite get it into the corner, perhaps where he wanted to, and Maroney with a smart and strong pair of hands to keep the margin at 1-0. There will be a corner kick here for the hosts. Given shot. Villa. Saunders outside the foot cross, headed out by Kocha. Bernard stopping the counter-attack. Kocha looking to force it up to Cahill. Tyler Wagner is also going to be is also going to be sent on for Atlantic City FC. Bernard. Cleary. Great footwork by the centre-back. Crossfield ball, brilliant ball. What a play the centre-back is. Here's Cahill coming into the area. Cahill across the 6-yard box. Nothing wrong with the cross. Needed a run gambling at that far post. The changes are going to be made. Forsyth is going to be withdrawn. Wagner coming on for him. Carlos Villa and Sullivan off, so the entire left flank once again. Coach Burklow's first changes made. And Balti Saunders once again takes the armband. Got about 20 minutes of normal time remaining here at the Oval. I imagine we'll get a significant chunk of stoppage time already as well with some of the injury delays. Still, Sasha Olesko's 39th minute goal separates the sides. Atlantic City have been a lot more in their second half. It's been quite even in terms of possession. And there's been now a handful of chances for either side. Araujo hooks it down the channel. Olesko doing really well to get ahead on that. Maladez with his first chance to drive forwards. Did he get away from Cleary? Referee judge no. I think Cleary got the first tackle and then it came off of Maladez. Barragan with the header, and then Cahill flicking it on. Gonzalez hooking it clear. Held forwards, big head by Reynoso. Saunders air kicking it, but it comes to Olesko. And Maladez is going to surge after it. Maladez is in here. Maladez is so heavy his last touch. Not sure quite how he got in there. Defenders slipping left and right, and Maladez with the rocket pace got in, but that touch let him down. Showed too much to Moroni, who seized it very bravely. Two good chances for Met Oval to extend the lead here, squandered in the last 5 minutes. Will they live to regret that, I wonder? Five forwards. I think what's certain is as Atlantic City have to push forwards more aggressively for the equaliser, we're going to see more gaps like that emerge for Met Oval on the break. Cahill. So Sanecchio showing too much to Maladez. Here's Maladez. Araujo tried to force it to Olesko, couldn't find him. Barragan. It's a good spin by the midfielder. And Iriarte been a little too heavy on his heels. Hooked up here by Sanecchio. Not a great delivery, straight into the hands of Christodoulou, far too straight, the angle. Held up to Araujo. And he finds Maladez. Kasha. Bernard. Gonzalez. Saunders onto his left foot. Olesko. Magnificent tackle by Cleary, who I think has got quite a good shout to being man of the match, at least from these first 73 minutes. He's been excellent defensively and very composed on the ball too. Gonzalez with the nutmeg. Reynoso got something on that. Saunders held on to it too long. Cesaneccio. Or McNamee even, excuse me. Looking for Rodriguez. Cristodola off his line. And the referee trying to play the advantage. It wasn't on, and we'll call it back. And And the referee, I think, has managed this game pretty well and kept the tempers even so far. And again, they had 2 red cards in the last meeting between these sides. He's going to book one to Melendez, who hasn't been on the field too long. Glenford Gento is going to be the next introduction to the contest. For Metoval, centre forwards, I imagine he'll come on for Sasha Oleszko, who at the moment is on course to be the match winner and the championship winner. But still time for Atlantic City, who are also preparing another change. Floats up into the penalty area. That's a better delivery. Comes on the edge. Rodriguez took a swipe at it, didn't catch it cleanly. Kept in. Hoofed clear by Araujo. And Melendez will give it chase. And Melendez has kept that in. He's got Kasha with him. It's Kasha. Andy Kasha. Just about enough done to stop him by McNamee. Owen Edwards is the man who's going to come on for Atlantic City. That came off of the fire of Reynoso. Changes are going to be made. McGuigan is going to be replaced by Edwards. And as expected, it's Oleszko coming off Glenford Gento, who has 1 goal this season. Was off the bench, coming off the bench against First State, and he scored that within a few minutes of coming on. 1 of 4 goals in 8 minutes that Metovo remarkably scored, all of them involving substitutes they had made a few moments ago. Reynoso doing well to get himself a free kick there. Do wonders for Metoval's nerves if they could find that second. We're ticking towards the final 10 minutes here. Bagnato. Gonzalez. And Flapper on the ball as always. Kasha switches it. Araujo, lovely touch inside. Melendez, he's dispossessed. There's Wagner with the interception. McNamee. Rodriguez, and that's going to be a foul. Bit of a silly free kick from Iriarte to concede there. It's always second to that ball, clattered into the back, and this is certainly shooting range for Atlantic City. Well, Kocher sets it down. Atlantic City are yet to score a bet against Metovo this season. Approaching now 170 minutes of without a goal against them, but every other team in this conference they did strike against, and they are the second highest scorers in the North East Conference. Big moment in the game here. Well, Kocher will take it. Right into the wall, comes back to him again. And the wall stands good again. Bagnato with it, and now the break might be on here for Metovo. Poor pass by Saunders. Taken quickly. KO was chasing after it. Good reading by Reynoso. Lovely spin on a dime by Cesanecchio. Wagner. Gonzalez got a toe on it. It's going to be a throw-in for Atlantic City. Deep inside Metovo's half. I think Wakocha's got the long throw in his repertoire. The big guns going forward for Atlantic City. Players stacked towards that near post. And it's held in towards that direction. Flicked on towards the far post. Rodriguez couldn't keep it in. Once again, the ball flashes across the face of Metovo's goal very precariously, but there's no man in a purple shirt to apply a finishing touch. Good flick on at that front post. Marujo. Gentle. Does well to hold it up. Iriarte, bit of space here for Nelson Reynoso. Gentle steaming through the middle. Reynoso in towards Gentle. Good recovery by Wagner, who puts that over the fence. A lucky local has got themselves a free match ball in Queens. Iriarte. There'll be another throw in the same position. Tossed in, Melendez. Back to Reynoso, who tried to keep it in. Dwelt on it too long. It's going to be an Atlantic City throw-in. Another change is going to be made for Atlantic City. This will be their fifth. Gentle. Saunders. Couldn't force it through the shirts. Melendez got a foot on it. Wakocha. The ball will bounce to Rodriguez. Here's Owen Edwards. Towards the far post. Cahill was back there. I think it took the slightest touch off of Gonzalez, which denied Cahill a clean connection on that header. Lovely ball in by Edwards. Bernard down the channel. Gentle. Couldn't evade the attentions of Cleary. Palaza. 8.5 minutes of normal time remaining here. It's going to be a nail-biting finale to this final. Corner kick for Atlantic City. Mateo Rodriguez will take. Everyone back for Metovo. Nervous moments here. Towards the far post. Popped back and hat clear by Saunders, and as the man at the far post clutching his head for Atlantic City. A couple of bodies raised for that. Paradeza. Getting the knock on the head.
Number 6.
JB!
Paragon's going to be replaced by Ryan Gale. Wakocha again with a long throw. Iriarte, or Gentle even with that head up. Hot back up by Cesaneccio. Bagnato's got to watch this carefully. Awkward bounce. Comes on the edge. Shot. Came right off of the tummy of Bagnato. Lets out a howl of delight. It was Cahill who broke down that left side. Decent chance. Another chance here, though, for Atlantic City to loft something into the penalty area. Swung towards the far post. A player going down. Volley at the back post. Difficult chance. And the target couldn't be hit. It was Cahill back there. Time is ticking. 6 minutes remaining. I imagine we'll get 4 or 5 of additional. And this is a shame. I think Cleary's night is over. He's done something or other. Immediately signalled for the bench. He needs to be substituted. So that's going to be the 6th change.
Yeah, I got it.
It's Webb who's going to come on for Cleary. Again, I think he has a shout to be the man of the match tonight, Cleary. Commanding presence at the centre of Atlantic City's defence. And great composure on the ball. We'll restart here with the goal kick. Hoofed up, not particularly successfully by Chris Dolau. Held down the line. It looked like it came there off the hands of Gale. Iriarte. Saunders. Kasha. Finds Nelson Reynoso. And Reynoso away from Wagner. It's a good recovery, tackle by Cahill. And it'll be a throw-in for Atlantic City. Kasha. Poked forward by Peralaza. They'll come here to Owen Edwards. Over push a lot of numbers forwards there. Now they're starting to come back. Edwards inside. Rokocha driving forwards. Helped on towards him by McNamee. And it was an important tackle for Bagnato to make. A bit of indecision in the back line for Met Oval. Another corner kick here for Atlantic City with less than 4 minutes of the 90 minutes remaining. Justin Blanco is going to be introduced imminently for Met Oval. Swung in towards the near post this time, headed out by Kasha. Comes back on the far side. I'll leave it for a Wakocha. Long throw in. It's becoming a bombardment on Met Oval's penalty area at the moment. Held in. That header going the wrong way from an Atlantic City perspective. Maladez overcomplicating, didn't clear that. Sent back inside. It's Gale! Just past the post. Maladez getting a mouthful from his teammates. He took a really unnecessary risk there, and Met Oval quite nearly paid the ultimate price. Gale looked millimetres away from that far post. Iriarte is going to make way for Blanco. All eyes now are going to be on the fourth official and what the number is for stoppage time. Wakocha. Bagnato clearing it. I'd say of all of Metover's performances this season, the second half in particular has been the most underwhelming in terms of possession, but it's been functional. It's been enough to win this final thus far. It's been prudent, unless long range strike, really well caught, tipped round the post by Christodoulou. McNamee sent that careening towards the goal. It was on the side that Christodoulou was closer to. Another chance here for a ball to be lofted in. How many corners has it been in these last 10 minutes? Looping ball towards the far post, headed back into the mixer. Christodoulou will gather that all day long and gratefully clutch it to his chest. And Matt Oval can take a breath. So couldn't bring it down. Gonzalez meeting it. Yeah, another throw. Down the channel. Magnato's going to try and shepherd this out. Rodriguez didn't let it go for a goal kick. It'll be a corner kick right in Metoval's corner.
I'll let you know at the 90.
Well, we're about to get the amount of stoppage time. Lofted back in, Gale. House for a handball. McNamee tussling with Saunders. Saunders wins that first tussle. And then Maladez will look to bring it out. Wagner winning it back.
Play smart, guys.
Cahill crunching tackle. Saunders again winning it.
Coach.
He was closed down. Well, that will come back to Christodoulou. 5 minutes is the number from Harris Rashid. Still time here for Atlantic City. Reynoso with the flick on. Wagner back to Maroney. Gonzalez winning the header. Blanco with his first touch. Reynoso. Kasha. Bernard hoofing it clear. Anywhere will do that. Might turn out to be a useful ball here though for Bolty Saunders. He's offside. The young players thinking that was full time. Premature, their celebrations. They're about 4 minutes too early. Don't have access to the same information we do. No fourth official board. Driven up by Maroney. Shepherded out by Cesaneccio, who will receive this throw-in. Drives it towards the edge of the penalty area. Bagnato with the header. Gale wins that first ball, but Maladez doing really well to yield the throw. Met Oval almost over the finish line to mark a triumphant return to men's football with a North East Championship. Kasha looks to poke it outside. Bolty Saunders, they can seal it here. Crunching tackle, but a fair one by Perlaza. Cahill helped back inside. Gonzalez hacking it clear, and then he got caught late, and Perlaza is going to walk here. It's his second yellow. He's off. Atlantic City get their third red against Met Oval this season. There's a poor late tackle. And even though they can rescue an unlikely late equaliser, they then have to play 30 minutes down to 10 in extra time. Saunders will come off, and he's going to be replaced by Will Baker for these remaining 2 minutes.
Hey, we got at least 2 left. We'll get a chance.
Bagnato is just going to drive this to the corner. Headed clear. Wakocha. Heavy first touch. And anywhere will do from Araujo. Goal kick. Can the 10 men fashion out one last chance? Referee just making sure Peralaza, who was sent off, is leaving the field of play. He is walking off it.
Whatever that was took 30 seconds. I just told your keeper I'm going to give you the time. I just want to make sure the player can catch it.
Fuck me. Well, he almost took it right where it hurts there. An erringly accurate goal kick by Moroni. Reynoso is going to hurl this down the line. Headed back inside. Hoof clear. Came over just Mazzi's final seconds. It's going to be a free kick.
Hey, come on! Brody, take!
Well, this is it for Atlantic City. The ball is inside their own half. But they're going to try and pump this up to the 18-yard box and fashion out a chance here at the death. Everyone up, even Moroni. Last throw of the dice to salvage this League for Clubs Northeast final for the New Jersey side. Wakocha sends it up. Big head by Glenford. Bagnato helps it on. Wakocha meeting the header. Araujo. Anywhere will do. And that is that. Met Oval mark a triumphant return to men's football with a League for Clubs Northeast Championship. It wasn't the prettiest final in the world, but they all count and they take the silverware. Sasha Olesko with the goal in the first half. Atlantic City pushed hard in that second, but the Met Oval defensive line held up strong. It was a nerve-wracking final 20 or so minutes. But Met Oval see it out, and they are League for Clubs Northeast champions, the first ever League for Clubs Northeast champions, and they will go to the Nationals in Dallas next weekend. Well, I'm not sure whether we're going to have a trophy celebration ceremony or not. I imagine we will. But what a return for Met Oval. 12 years out of the men's game, and they've come back and won a championship in their first season. And over the balance of the season, I don't think you could dispute it isn't deserved. Today wasn't the best game of football they played, but overall in the season, they've played sensational football, beautiful in the eye. They scored the most goals in the division, won the most games, and the mark of a truly top team is they can win even when they're not at the top of their game.
See you again. Do you guys want, they're going to give the trophy? I don't know if you want to.
Yeah, we'll get it. We'll come out. Yeah, we'll come out to you.
I don't know where you tell them where you want them.
Yeah, I'll come and talk in a sec with them. Yeah, sounds good. Okay. So, guys, just stand by for a second. We're just here and there's going to be a trophy celebration ceremony. So we're going to come down the touchline We'll be back shortly with that trophy ceremony. Going, Mez. Crossfield ball, Saramago! Tipped over the crossbar. What a goal that would have been. Drew a very smart save by Di Loretto.
Let's see if he can do something with the ball now. He looks forward. Keurig wins the ball. Schaefer comes out. A block from the shot. Schaefer punches it over the bar. Excellent goalkeeping from Schaefer there.
Brooklyn City FC now defending its own penalty area. Cross toward that near post. Not too far away as Lena Perry with a two-hand parry.
They see. Floats it in. As a free man. What a save by Hartman. That's spectacular.
What a stop that was, and from point blank range as well. There was no time for the goalkeeper to get that hand up and somehow kept that from going over the line. What a stop.
Was off the bench today. Here's Holland. Stutters. Great save from Cisse. Absolutely deserved from a spectacular performance for the Manhattan Celtic goalkeeper Mohamed Cisse.
Reynoso with another free kick into the box it goes. There's a header and there's a shot by DeMay and a lovely save there by Edwards. Makes a long dive and contains the clean sheet.
Hello guys, welcome back here. Coach John Bucklow has got the trophy out here.
Let's want to do it here so we get this.
Hey, bring around JP, bring around. JP, come here. Yeah, give us 1 sec. Yeah, that's perfect. Yeah, that's perfect. Okay. We good? All right. Coach John Bucklow is going to hand this to Carlos Villa, the Met Oval captain. Met Oval, the League for Clubs, Northeast champions. A triumphant return to men's football for Queen's finest. And it's not just a win for the players, it's a win for all of these young players who have been inspired, so faithfully followed the club. Balti Saunders, the top scorer this season, lifting Kasia, the 19-year-old. And Olesko, the match winner, the silverware winner. We've got Bernard, who's excellent at that fullback the whole time. So guys, I'm also here with Jeff Saunders, who's the director of the club. Jeff, first time Met Oval fielded a men's team in 12 years. How excited and proud are you of this return?
I'm really proud of the players and the club. I mean, what we all aspire to do is to keep a community around football and keep the kids playing. And so, you know, our young kids in the academy and our kids that are in college come back and form the core of this team. And they play the Met Oval brand of football, and that's what we love to see. And we see the young kids here, and they're looking up to the older kids, and it's the pathway for them. So we're really proud of Coach John and the whole club and all our staff. First year back, and we're going to nationals.
It's an amazing achievement. Something that struck me, and I've said this to Coach John multiple times, is that the players could rotate so much, but still it's the same style. Like you said, you know, and that Met Oval methodology is really clear through. How much of an advert for not just what's possible for Queen's soccer, but New York soccer is this team?
I think it's a critical example of how, if you stick to a methodology and you're playing with the ball all the time, for development, that's the key. You know, it's the key for the young kids you see here to grow and go to college or go professionally, is to have a really good understanding of the game and a good technique with the ball. And so the fact that our U11s play like our U23s, it makes me happy to see it every day on the pitch. And whether you were here last year or 4 years ago, or you're going to be on this team in 4 years, you're going to play the same style of football. And so we think that's a lesson for all players in this country.
Like you said, the team going to the Nationals in their first season. Also, the Met Oval's turned 100 years, haven't they? So you guys have got, you've got the history, but you've got so much to look forward to. Where would you see the men's program going in the future? Is that, again, perhaps there's some stuff behind the scenes you can't talk about, but is that an aspiration maybe one day to go pro, or is this going to maybe stay like this for a while?
I mean, listen, we think this is a good level now, 4th division in the U.S. We've had a PDL team in the past, and we think this is a good kind of cap to our pathway at Met Oval. In the future, you never know. We have a facility, we have the top coaches, we have a center of excellence, so you never know what can happen. But right now, we think this is a good pathway, the end to our pathway at Met Oval, and serves all the kids well who are coming back and still playing in college and want to come back and play in the summer. So we're proud. We're proud of all the kids, and we're proud of the Oval, which, as you said, it's in our centennial year this year. This is our 100th year. We're the oldest continuous used field in the nation, and we're one of the oldest clubs around. So, we want to continue this tradition for the next 100 years.
Fantastic. Well, Jeff, it's been an absolute pleasure watching the team. The style of football you play is so exciting. The 3-4-3, I don't think many teams could pull it off the way you play out the back, but the players are so good technically. It's been a joy to watch. I really appreciate you guys trusting us in this first season for you guys back with men.
Really appreciate you being here. We appreciate all the league and Game and Frame and all the stakeholders who come out and make it something special. So you know how we'll play when you come back and see us at Nationals, or you know how we'll play next year. And that's what we want to have, our Met Oval style and our Met Oval brand that exists, decade after decade.
Well, Jeff, pleasure chatting with you. Thanks for your time. And good luck. Enjoy the celebrations tonight. All right, guys. Well, we'll see if we can get ourselves some post-match reaction as well from the players. JP, if you just keep the camera on these guys, I'm going to see if I can grab someone. Yeah, who would be a good player to do?
Sasha, but his English is great. Carlos.
Carlos, yeah. Carlos! Hey, Carlos! You wanna... Carlos, well played, bro. Good job.
Thank you.
All right, guys. We're here with Coach John Burklow and the skipper Carlos Villa. Carlos, I'll start with you. How many years have you been with Met Oval total?
I've been in Met Oval for the past 4 or 5 years in total.
Yeah. So a lot of your developmental soccer. How much does it mean to captain a men's team to a conference title?
Yeah, it means everything. I mean, this is an amazing club, one of the best clubs here in New York. We do it for the kids, and we do it for all the coaches that do this amazing job with us.
Coach John, this was the lowest scoring game you guys have had at home because it was a final. It's tense. You said before the game you thought it was going to be a tight game against Atlanta City. They're a good side. Did your team show something different tonight? You showed that fighting spirit and prudence when was needed to win this final.
No, absolutely. I think when we've been here, we've always shown with the ball that we can create, we can score goals. And today, obviously, particularly in the second half, we showed we can fight and we can win the game in whatever way it needs, okay? And that, for me, that's huge, right? So obviously, we always want to try to play our way. But when you play in finals, it doesn't matter how you play. It just matters what the scoreboard says at the end. And so really, really happy for the boys. They absolutely worked their butts off and put in a really, really good performance for us.
Carlos, how much does it mean to win in front of all of these young players?
I think this is an amazing example of what they can achieve in the future. It feels great. Lovely.
What do you think's been the key to you guys succeeding this season? Because today was game 12. You won 10 of those games. You've been very consistent. What's been the key?
I think our style of play and the perseverance of never giving up and giving everything all the time.
all the games.
What do you think's been the key ingredient, Coach?
No, I think the philosophy that runs through the club that is there from our little guys at U8 all the way up to these guys at U23. So for me, for the little guys to see us play the way we play and win a championship in the way we play, that's huge, because it's, in the end, it can't just be about playing pretty football. Particularly at this level, it's got to be about winning games and winning championships. So for the boys to be able to see that and see it done in the way we play through our philosophy, that for me is the thing that makes me the happiest.
You guys now have a trip to Dallas, baking hot Dallas next weekend. I hope you guys get lots of rest. But the Nationals on the line, you're going to play the winners of each conference. How much are you looking forward to that, Carlos?
No, I mean, everything. We've been working for this, and now it's a time to really show up and do the job.
Coach, have you got a chance to see many of the other teams from the other conferences?
I've tried to watch some of the other playoff games just to have a little bit of an idea. To be honest, nothing in depth. But for me, I came to New York from Texas, so it's a little bit of a homecoming. My parents will come to the game, so that'll be great. And yeah, we're looking forward to it.
Fantastic. Well, guys, I'll let you celebrate. Congratulations on the win. Triumph and return to men's football from Met Oval. Absolute pleasure following you guys this season, and good luck at the Nationals.
Thank you.
Take care. Thanks, guys. All right, guys. Well, that just about does it for us here at the Oval. Met Oval, after 12 years away from men's football, come back and win a conference title. They are the League for Clubs Northeast champions, the first ever League for Clubs Northeast champions. They go to the Nationals in Dallas, where they will play the other conference champions next weekend. I don't think we're going to make the trip out to Dallas, unfortunately, so sadly we won't be there to see that. But I want to say a massive thank you to Met Oval for trusting Game and Frame to cover this historic club this season. It's been an absolute pleasure for so many reasons. Top among that list is certainly the quality of football and the style of football played, but also the great community feel down here. It's been an absolute pleasure. Big thank you to JP Zucato for doing great work behind the camera this season here. Thank you to our sponsor, Salt Athletic, and thank you to all of you for watching. This is Josh Pratt signing off from Queens at Met Oval. Enjoy the rest of your weekends, everyone.